What's up, man? It's Sutt, A.Sutt. Shout out Royal Life Productions all day.
Y'all know what the fuck going on, Royal Life Productions in this motherfucker.
And the hustle really brought me out here grinding, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, shit, it's cheaper than Cali. For a fact, just to be real with it, but you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to get it bubbling on the music scene out here, you know what I'm saying, they ain't really popping as it is, in the IE or Cali period.
So how long you been doing music?
Been doing music for about 10 years now, maybe going on in about, I'll say about 15 years, but maybe 10 years strong, like really going in and investing in myself, putting my time and full effort in, and really believing in myself for about 10 years now.
How old were you when you first did the booth?
First time I entered the booth, I had a studio in my crib when I was like 13 years old. First time I went to the booth, my uncle is Max DJ Max. Shout out Max DJ Max, one of the original funk gangster rappers from that era. He's the first one who really took me to the studio back in the day, back when I was 13, 14.
So what inspired you to do music?
Like I said, who got me started, the first inspiration was my uncle. Who kind of continued my inspiration was kind of, you know, people like Nipsey, Dizzy Wright, and Tupac and stuff like that, just listening and being really in tune to the culture and people like that, just keeping my drive going and stuff like that.
So what do you think your fans get out of your music?
Raw realness. Just a lot of people tell me it's just grown man music. You know, you just don't get a raw feel, some honesty, and something that you can connect and relate to. Something that you can just really connect and relate to and vibe out to.
Okay. So you saying Arizona don't have a big music scene out here? What do you see out here that you can improve in?
Like I said, just the scene in general. I would say the hip hop scene and even the R&B. You know, I think that we can improve that as a whole. And not even that, just the camaraderie in Arizona. I think that's what's lacking. You know, it's not like, you know, Houston or Atlanta or, you know, Los Angeles, where everybody's showing love, everybody hopping on everybody else's track and stuff like that. You know, I think that's one thing that Arizona is missing, and that would take off if Arizona had that, because there's a lot of talent out here. There's a lot, that's what I feel like. Yeah, they fell in the network and really connect with each other. You know, like I said, from the Vita Rulers to the Judge the Bosses to the Jimmy Watts, you know what I'm saying? It's talent out here, you know, futuristics, it's talent out here, you feel me? I just feel people, like you said, need a network and maybe connect a little bit more, show a little bit more love.
So what is your take on the music that you see out here now? Or like your mainstream hip-hop underground?
I fuck with it, you know, because right now, if you ask me, Vita Ruler running it, and shit, that's the type of music I make, that's the type of music I listen to. Like I said, that raw, something that you can connect to, you know, that real hip-hop, you know, that real hip-hop from back in the days, you know, when we was coming up, you know, from the 80s, that 90s feel. So I like it, you know, I ain't gonna lie. Futuristic doing his thing, he on his own lane, you know, making a little bit more music for the party crowd and stuff like that. So it's good. And even he's switching it up, getting a little bit more serious. So I think it's buzzing, man. I think it's dope.
So what's the difference between you when you first started doing hip-hop and you now?
I think as for me now, I think I'm really like always in tune, tapped into a full-blown artist rather than just calling myself a rapper. I'm really in tune with being an artist, whether it's harmonizing, singing, rapping, whatever it needs to be done. I really like just creating and rather than just rapping. When I first started, I was really just in tune with bars and lyrics and stuff like that. Now I'm more so into creating a body of work, a real song.
So if you choose to work with any artist out right now, who would that be?
Any artist out right now? I'm gonna say my man Bino from LA, man. I just shouted him out the other day, but I feel like he just really, as being somebody who was so connected to Nipsey, you know, and me, you know, being so connected to Nipsey and not being so connected, but never having the chance to work with him, I think that would be dope to work with Bino out of LA, doing this thing, being that he was really close with Nipsey, and he on that same wave.
So Nipsey also passed, and how did that make you feel as an artist?
Well, I'll put it to you in specific. Like I had an interview the other day, and I put it to you today. I just dropped my album, A.Sutt Introvert. Go cop that. It's on all streaming platforms, even on YouTube. But it took me about 2.5, 3 years to make that album, and they asked me what was the process for that. And the crazy thing was, I got songs on that album that are about 3 years old. And to put it in perspective, at the time I maybe had 6 to 7 songs ready, and when Nipsey died, literally a month after, the album was done. The album was completed, wrapped, pressed, mixed and mastered, and ready to go. Already sent to all the distributions and all of that. So with him passing, for me, it affected me. I'ma say it affected me just to get on my grind, man. Because you never know how much time you got. You know, for me, I had to cut out all the excuses, the trials and tribulations. We all going through stuff. So for me, it just put an extra battery in my back, man. It got me in fucking gear to keep it a beam, man. I got on my bag when that happened. That shit shook me up.
So how do you promote your music?
I promote my music streaming platforms, social media, my Facebook, my Instagram, one and only Sutt. I got a couple billboards going right now, buzzing around between Arizona and California for the new album. World Star, and I've been on World Star a couple times. Dat Piff, you know, I got some stuff that's flying around there that they help me with promotion and stuff like that. So, you know, just grinding and also just being in these places and networking, you know, reaching out to people, meeting new people, bumping people, you know. For instance, you know, meeting with new people, just keeping networking and stuff like that is the best way I feel to do it.
So you saying you was on World Star, how did that happen?
Just grinding, man. Just grinding and putting out real music, you know. They kind of just hit me up and asked if they could put my one of my songs on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, I got about 4 or 5 songs on there. And to be real with you, they got, if you check out the comments and the reviews, I get nothing but love, you know. Cause you know, like I keep saying, I just make some real shit, man. I just make something that you can vibe to and relate to. It's not gonna be turn up music. It's not gonna be shoot 'em up, bang bang, gang gang music. You know, it's gonna be something that you can feel, some heartfelt shit, something that you've probably been through. And if you ain't been through it, you probably gonna go through it once before you die, you know. So it's something you can tap into.
So coming from Cali to Arizona, is there a different scenery?
Yeah, it is. It is, but it isn't. But I guess you get used to it. You know, after a while, it isn't as fast as Cali, but it's still fast enough. You know, you in Phoenix, the third, fourth biggest city in America. So, you know, they still have their nightlife. They still have their stuff like that. I just feel as far as the grind, it's a difference with the grind. You know, I feel like there's a lot more things, events, social things going on in Cali. You know, like I said, people networking, parties, events. You know. Album release parties, people coming out and really networking and kicking it with each other, so that it is easier for you guys for things to happen. That would be the only difference I would really say as far as when it comes to the music is being heard, because there ain't as many platforms or events or concerts and shows or venues or people who are willing to interview you, sit down and interview you. So that's the only thing I think would probably be a little bit different. That makes it a little bit difficult.
So that's a good thing that we found you.
Yeah,
networks are key. Networks are key.
And shit, it's a good thing I found you. Shit,
yeah,
we put it like that, man. I appreciate you having me out here. You know, real talk. Cause like I say, you don't get a lot of this. You don't get a lot of this, especially for the independent people. You know, trying to get about.
Oh yeah, right now we under the umbrella of Royal Life Production under Blueprint Records.
Right.
So we just trying to reach out to everybody, cause like I feel like every artist should get some inspiration.
Right.
Every artist needs somebody who's like, let me holler at you.
Yeah.
Bro, your shit was dope.
Yeah.
In the music industry, you don't really get that.
Exactly.
Because it's all competition.
Exactly. And that would end up frustrating a lot of artists, you know what I'm saying? A lot of artists be willing to give up and tap out, you know, but shit, like you say, just keep grinding, man. That shit come through.
So what do you think makes an artist want to quit rapping?
Probably notoriety, man. Just not being seen. I feel like we in a different age, man. People rather be famous than get some money. They rather get some likes and views and stuff now. So my pops always told me, he used to always tell me, man, yo, this ain't American Idol. You ain't gonna blow up overnight. So I just always kept that in the back of my head, you know, knowing that it's gonna be a grind process. Cause I feel and I've seen it. A lot of artists, they'll go for 5 years and think that that's enough work and they be ready to quit, you know. But you got people like the Nipseys, you got people like the Russes, you know, you got people who really put in years and years and years of work before they blow up. So I just take that and leave and think, you know, I ain't no different, you know, and I ain't scared of the grind, I ain't scared of hard work. So and it means more in the end.
So what do you think about the rappers that just wake up one day and was like, I just want to be a rapper? They just make one song, put it on social media, and blow up.
I mean, it is what it is. I ain't gonna never knock nobody for getting their money, but I feel like, you know, just in the long run, it's gonna surface. You know, it's gonna surface that if you're really into something, it's gonna show. You know, it's gonna show if you really just here for the money, or if you're here, you really care about what you've been doing, about being an MC, about moving the crowd, about influencing people, about inspiring people. You know, that's what real MCs, you know, like your Big Sean's, your J. Cole's, your Kendricks, you know, your Jay-Z's, your Tupac. That's where you live for a long time. You know, you never die. Your legacy lives on when, you know, you really connecting with the people. So, like I said, I won't knock a nigga for doing that, but that ain't my lane, you know, because I want my shit to live forever.
That's like Blueface. Blueface said he will never step foot in the studio, never wrote down no lyrics. Then first time in the studio, his first song he blew up on.
Right. You know, but how long he gonna be around for? That's the question. You know, the same thing happened with Fetty Wap. You know, and I told niggas a long time ago, you know, that shit ain't, you know, it's cool for now, but, you know, is it gonna last forever? You know, a lot of these niggas just waking up and just doing it, and not really putting they all into it. And, you know, like I said, some of them is about the money, you know, and it shows sometimes. I ain't knocking a nigga get your money, man, but for me, it's more about the passion. You know, I can never sell it, make a dime off of this, and I'll keep making music. You feel me?
Okay. So tell us about your new album. When it drops, what it's about.
So the new album is Sutt, Introvert, man. It came out August 30th. Like I said, on all platforms, Tidal, Spotify, iTunes, Napster, Pandora, whatever you get your music on, it's on there. YouTube, if you don't want to buy it, you can stream it on there. You feel me? But yeah, it's the album, man. I'm back after a little hiatus of being gone. You know what I'm saying? Trying to bounce back from, you know, the last album that I put out that everybody was raving over. You know, everybody put it on such a high pedestal that it took me a little while to really have some confidence to put this out. So, but I'm glad I took my time, because now everybody's saying that it's the best project that I put out by far. So I'm excited about that, and about to get some videos dropping soon. You know, my nigga Jimmy Watts, you know, one of the hottest niggas from Phoenix, period. You know, got a couple more songs dropping. Judge the Boss, aka Louis III, one of the hottest niggas from Phoenix, period. Feel me? So yeah, I'm just grinding, man. You know, and it's a 14-track album, 4 skits, and I promise you ain't gonna be disappointed. I put that on everything I love. You're not gonna be disappointed.
So you said it took you 2 years to make the album. What makes an artist take that long to make an album?
Well, for me specifically, it was trials and tribulations. I was just going through shit. That was my reasoning. You know, I had 2 kids in the past 2 years. You know, for me, my family is key. You know, everything else to the back burner when it comes to that. So for me, I just had to put some things into perspective and put my priorities in order. You know, I just had to make sure my family, my babies was okay. But like I said, when Nipsey passed, it was like, yo, you gotta kill the excuses and you gotta just do what you gotta do, man. You know, there's niggas out here who don't sleep at all a week straight, you know, to follow their dreams, get their shit done. So that was for me what I had to do. You know, it's a lot of reasons though, you know, that you could be out of the music. But for me personally, it was, you know, I had to take care of my family, make sure they were straight, you know, and they was, you know, well taken care of.
Yeah, I think Nipsey passed and messed a lot of people up. What do you think about artists showing him fake love?
Once again, man,
or people, period, showing fake love.
Right. Like I said, man, the bullshit that happened in the dark gonna come to the light, man. Like your authenticity after a certain period, man, it's gonna get proven, or it's gonna get tested. So, you know, a lot of these people, you know, who out here faking in front, and you know, people who really in the mix, who really from that, who really from the Shaw, really from that circle, we know what's going on. You know, we know who's been there and who haven't, you know. And like I said, after a while, the real one's gonna keep showing love. So once you start fading out, we know you was fronting the whole time.
So right now, if somebody can drop 50,000, when to sign you, would you sign?
Nah.
Why not? That's the key of being an artist.
Well,
become mainstream, right?
All right. Well, not for everybody. You know,
okay.
Like I said, for me, it ain't about the money. You know, I've been hustling a long time, man. I make more than 50,000 now. You know, so for me, it ain't about the money, man. And for me, it just, I take that back. I might mess around and do sign for $50,000 if it's the right deal. You know, if it's with the right person who really fuck with me, who really, you know, like what I'm doing. If it's the right contract, if they give me 100% of my publishing, you know, because like I said, it's not about the money. It's about somebody who really just believing in me. Because nowadays, that's one thing that I really noticed is being in this grind is you really need a team, man. You can't do this shit by yourself, man. That shit damn near impossible. You know, you really need a full team behind you, from studios to cameraman to distribution to promotion to a street team. So it's like, you know, like you said, that is the goal. For me, that's the goal because I need a solid team, a solid body behind me. But it's not necessarily about the money. You know, I just need people to hear me, because I know once they hear me, they're gonna be attached. You know, so if I could get somebody who has those connections, for me, it's more so about the connections than it is about the money.
So do you think every artist should have a cameraman follow them? Because social media is key now.
That's your best interest. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. That's your best interest, man. That's why, you know, I feel like that's the best teams, man. The rapper and the cameraman who start out together, you know, and they excel together. You know, like your Cole Bennett's, your what's my man who was out of your Half Pints, JD Films, Jacob Owens. You know, like, who start out with a couple of strong artists and they build together. I think that's the best way to do it, man. Like you said, everybody on social media, they blogging their whole life nowadays, so, you know, it ain't gonna do nothing but help you. I think that's the best thing to do, honestly.
So what's the difference between a cameraman and just somebody right there filming you?
A cameraman gonna have that eye, man. Cause you could shoot if you a real cameraman and you know your thing, you can shoot with an iPhone, you know. You can shoot with a Samsung Galaxy if you know what you're doing. Like, you can really still make it look good. So that's gonna be your main difference. Somebody who really can get behind the board too and know how to get the quality out of the shot, get the editing, get the capture of the colors brightened or lowered, or, you know, the saturation quality and stuff like that. So that's gonna be your biggest difference. Somebody who really knows how to work the lens.
Okay, so you talking about an actual cameraman. I thought you was talking about like how people with their cell phones are showing on Instagram all day. You see the rappers, you see the singers staying on Instagram, social media.
No, you can even do that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, for instance, like, it's some people who buy a $50,000 camera but can't shoot.
Yeah.
Because they just don't. They're not a cameraman. They just don't know how to shoot right. You know. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. You can have an iPhone if you're a real good man, a cameraman, and have an eye for it. You can make quality out of anything. You know. If you know how to edit, you can shoot the top tier music video with an iPhone, you know. So that's what I'm saying. I think the difference is the knowledge behind your knowledge, what you know of the camera, is going to really be your only difference.
So every artist needs somebody to make their work look legit,
right? Not
making a home video type shit.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, people ain't gonna take you as serious as you take yourself. Point blank, period. You know, that's why a lot of these artists getting frustrated. Oh, the homies don't support me. Nobody support me, my family and friends, because you ain't taking yourself serious, little homie. So ain't nobody else taking you serious. This is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put money into this, invest into this, time into this. Whether that's even chipping the homies off. You know, like here's $40. Sit around and shoot this camera for me. You know, just you're taking time out of your day. You know, but you gotta invest in yourself, man. That's just what you gotta do. You gotta take yourself serious. You know, because it's all about perception. At the end of the day, it's all about perception. Niggas gonna think you on if you perceive that you on, and that's when most people start fucking with you, when they think you on. You know, you don't gotta be on. They just need to think that you on. It's all about perception. Just take it serious.
So what do you think about social media? How is nowadays everybody, rappers, following each other with cameras and shit. Then they do something stupid, then they get caught up.
Yeah, I think niggas retarded for that, just to be real, man. Like, I'm the type of nigga, man, I've been hustling for years. I just move in silence, man. Real hustlers move in silence and don't even do the social media type shit, man. That's just the era I came from. Real gangsters and hustlers, man. You know, you ain't on there incriminating yourself, you feel me? So, like, that's why for me, a lot of people be like, yo, where the hell you be at? Where the hell you be at, man? If it ain't got nothing to do with my music, I ain't even on social media. Because I'm just a private person in general, you know, like, a lot of these niggas want you to see what they what they eating for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, what time they go to the bathroom and all that. I ain't with that. You know, I like my privacy. I think that's the most. Like I said, everybody trying to be famous nowadays. So, and a lot of niggas is getting famous off of getting arrested. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, real shit.
A lot of niggas getting famous off of doing jail time now. So, a lot of these niggas, that's the key for them to get, you know, to get arrested or to get shot. Which is crazy.
I seen this one Snoop Dogg interview that he did. It said a lot of industry rappers will go to the hood and get put on after they get famous, except for banking while they not famous.
Right.
Then try to calm down while they getting that bread. What do you think about that?
Corny. That shit corny. Cause it's just corny. Cause once you get to that, for one, it's niggas out here dying for that shit, and for two, once you get to that certain status, what you trying to gang for anyway? You know, it's just corny. That's the whole point, is to get out of the hood. You know, it's just this new era, man. A lot of these people out here faking and fronting to be famous. You know, cause real gangsters gonna tell you that it ain't nothing cool about it. Real gangsters gonna tell you ain't nothing cool about going to jail. Ain't nothing cool about sitting in prison. Ain't nothing cool about, you know, getting shot at and all of that. Cause I grew up around them, and I can tell you that firsthand. They gonna tell you that. So to be trying to do all that after you already rich and famous, that shit corny. Shit corny, especially you got kids and all that. Most of the homies I know, all the homies I know, they ain't calling they babies little whatever after them. You know, they trying to get their babies out of the hood, you know. So
He grew up in an era of drug dealers. Y'all growing up in the era of drug users.
Right. Yeah, I've been hearing that too. I would have to agree, man. Everybody on the pills, they on the lean, you know. Just seemed like everybody doped out. They slowed down, and you know, they just leaned out, man. I'd have to agree. You know, I ain't gonna say that don't make one better than the other. I will say that. Cause selling just as bad as using it, you feel me? But I would have to agree, man. It seems trippy nowadays, man, and everybody up. Cause you know, we came from the era where it wasn't cool to be a junkie. Now it's like cool to be a junkie, cool to be hooked on lean, cool to be hooked on pills, you know. So I mean, shit, a little worrisome for me when I'm thinking about my kids. But as far as that, it's like you gotta adapt to every era, you know.
Think that will calm down pretty soon?
I hope so. I think so. I think a little bit. People are coming a little bit more aware of it. You know, especially when it comes to the lean. You know, seeing so many people die. They saying they gonna stop and they stopping this. Man, for real. I played football my whole life. Played at the University of Nebraska, full-time starter. And that shit better than that, fam. Like, for real, being on the stage is better than playing in front of 60, 70,000 people. So it's just it's a different feeling, man. You know, especially when the motherfuckers in the crowd is rapping your words back. You know, it's a feeling of knowing that you're inspiring somebody. You know, and people is listening to you, and your hard work paid off.
Fuck ups on stage?
Nah, man. I'm a perfectionist, man. I'm a perfectionist, bro. I be done practiced 10 times before I done went on stage. I don't drink or smoke till after I perform. So, you know, God willing, I don't have none.
So describe your music, though.
My music, man. Hip hop, straight hip hop, raw, authentic. You gonna feel the passion, you gonna feel the pain. It's gonna be something you can connect to. Talking about trials and tribulations, L's I done took, boss moves I done made, progressions I done made, you know, stuff like that. Just real honest shit that's happened in my life, probably happened in yours, you know. But just telling you how to bounce back from that too.
So what was the latest single you dropped?
Latest single I dropped was Peace of Mind, featuring my boy Young Dirt out of Cali. And my nigga Richie Workhorse out of Camden, New Jersey, man. Shout out Richie Workhouse, shout out Young Dan. Just shout out all the people, shout out all my fans, shout out all my friends, shout out all my supporters, man. Y'all made this last album, man. This Sutt Introvert a major success. We doing crazy numbers on streams right now. Shit, we didn't already hit over 100,000 streams in what, 3-4 days. So it's all for y'all, man. I appreciate that, man. Just follow the kid, Sutt, A.SUTT. Type that in Google, YouTube, whatever. I'm gonna pop up. World Star. You can follow me on Instagram at 1N ONLYSUTT. One and only A Sutt, man. Just keep fucking with me, keep supporting me, man. I'm gonna keep giving y'all bangers, giving y'all classic hits, man. Classic album after classic album, after classic video after classic video. No bullshit, you know. Shout out my nigga Big Taz, man. I appreciate you having me out here, bro.
So can you give a shout out to Royal Life Productions?
Yes, sir. You know, A Sutt, I'm in here, man. I want to shout out Royal Life Productions for having me in the building, man. You know, I appreciate y'all. I'll be here and back anytime y'all need me.